What's good, everybody? If you're watching this, welcome back to the latest of what we talk about. Again, I'm your man, Aaron, a.k.a. Little A, a.k.a. Aaron. That's how the people know me nowadays. Who are you?
My name is Donovan Woods. I'm 43. I'm an adult, and that's my name, Donovan Woods.
All right. No last names needed. People don't care about that. Donnie, tonight we're going to be talking about a little football. It is Sunday, so it only seems appropriate. The subject, is it Bill Belichick or is it Tom Brady? Which one made the Patriots great? Just off the top of my head, do you have any, off top of the show, do you have any thoughts on that?
I truly believe.
Just real quick thoughts.
Sure. I believe it's Brady. I've always believed it's Brady. I'll leave it at that. I got so much to share with you on this topic, so we'll talk about it.
Okay. Well, let's paint the picture real quick. The Patriots wore a dynasty while the two of those gentlemen were together, correct?
Correct. Maybe the greatest dynasty in football, if not sports, modern day sports.
Very true. That was 19 years together. Brady gets his first start due to injury to Drew Bledsoe in 2001 and never looked back until, barring the 1 year of injury, until 2019, where he was let go at the end of the season. Together, they racked up a 219-63 record. That, sir, is incredible.
That's almost as close as what it was with, I can't even make up a Dallas Cowboy that would actually make that work. So continue, please. I'll just sit here feeling stupid.
Please don't befoul this subject with the talk of the Cowboys as they look terrible. That was a regular season record. In the playoffs, they were 30-11 and 6-3 in Super Bowls. So that is what a dynasty is all about. But now that it's over and everybody wants to know who's going to continue to be great. Right. Is it going to be Coach Belichick with the Patriots, or is it going to be Tom Brady and his new franchise of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? So there's been people that have been chiming in. It's early. To me, it's still early in the process. This is week, 7?
7 or 8.
I mean, how quick do you have to make this determination?
I think you can make it right now. Let me tell you this. I looked this up, and this is going to tell you everything. We could almost cut the whole segment, the whole show with this stat right here. Here's a stat for you. Okay. Bill Belichick was the coach. For those of you who don't remember that there was life before Tom Brady, that people actually existed before 2000. In 1991 to 1995, Bill Belichick was the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Got to the playoffs once, but you know what his record was? 36-44. That's a 45% or 0.45 winning percentage. Now,
that is not good.
Correct. His record without Brady, including today, which is November 1st, where the Patriots just lost on a fumble by Cam Newton at the end of the game versus their rivals, the Buffalo Bills, including today's loss.
Yes.
His record without Brady is 20-24. Guess what that percentage is? 0.45% winning percentage. I'm just saying.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, I can't. I have nothing to refute that. And you know what? Former players have kind of been chiming in along the way. I saw a tweet from Asante Samuel, who he had a good stint. The Patriots did draft him. They moved up to get him in the 4th round. He had great years with the team, but he came down on the side of Tom Brady. He did not like the way his tenure ended. Looking back, he had to be franchised, and he had it written into the contract that if he met certain criteria during that franchise year, they couldn't franchise him the next year.
Hold on 1 second. Am I franchising myself by drinking Coca-Cola at 10 o'clock at night?
You might be franchising your intestines, but Nobody really cares. So it worked out for Asante Samuel, but I bring that up to say that perhaps he might be a little biased on the subject.
Biased and bitter. Where did he end up going afterwards?
Right.
Philadelphia, I think.
he went to Philly and made a rack of money. He got a 6-year, $56 million contract with Philly. With the most money he made with the Patriots was his franchise year of $7.79 million.
See, okay, so I guess you got to ask yourself this: what's really the discussion we're having? Is it the discussion? Was it Brady or Bill? On the field, as Michael Jordan said, players play. Organizations may win, but players play, right?
Yeah,
And I'm
definitely.
going to say this to the audience. Brady's my number one favorite quarterback of all time. Number two is John Elway. Number three, Troy Aikman. So my Cowboys, my favorite player is actually the third player on the list. I love quality football. Brady was a winner. Didn't care for him at Michigan. I remember him slightly. The Cowboys being the Cowboys, we didn't get Brady. We got the other guy that he split time with, Henson. So my point in bringing that painful memory up is this: he was a winner even there, and I just think if you're talking about being a franchise leader, if you're playing Madden, okay, and you're playing on the franchise mode, you love what Belichick was able to do having a quarterback like Brady. He got rid of Richard Seymour a day before it was too soon or too late. You said Asante Samuel, Mike Vrabel. He always got rid of people when you're kind of going like, dag, that guy? I mean, Randy Moss. He mossed Randy Moss when Randy was still balling, and they still won. So during that time, you're thinking, man, Belichick is that dude. He's the greatest GM in the free agency era. But I just feel like he never respected Tom and gave Tom his due, and I think he's paying for it now.
That is true. I feel like I think his modus operandi was to not befriend his players at all, because he has conducted everything like a business. Yep. He wanted to keep a business relationship so that when he did have to cut bait with them, he could do it with no hard feelings involved. And I don't know if that's definitely not what every coach does. No. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It helped keep that franchise afloat during this whole time and keep them as a winning product. But this one writer I came across from USA Today, he's talked about how Brady allowed that to happen by being that constant star on the field. He was the constant that they could build around. So he was the one that players wanted to come and play with. They wanted to come and be with this great quarterback and be with a great franchise. So I'm still leaning toward Brady. I did come across a very good podcast that I will mention called The GOAT, Tom Brady, is by a sports author named Gary Myers. Okay. And there was an episode called Saving Coach Belichick, which he basically is breaking down how Tom Brady saved Belichick's job.
He did.
When he started,
they were 5-11.
He had a losing record the year before.
There we go.
5-11. The next year, they started 1-2. Then Bledsoe gets hurt. Brady comes in, and they never look back. Yep. And he has interviews. He has recorded clippings with Brady, with Brady's dad, with Belichick, with Kraft. It's a very well done podcast. I suggest you check it out if you want to get more in depth on this subject. But he obviously felt the same way about it, that Brady made Belichick the coach that he is, or at least gave him the ability to be his best.
He gave him the ability to do what I'm gonna chime in for who I love. He gave them the ability to be the better version of Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson, the former Dallas Cowboys, Miami Dolphins coach. And I say it this way: prior to free agency really taking off, Jimmy Johnson back in the early 90s was that guy. You fell asleep in a meeting, you're cut. You did this wrong, you're cut. He didn't cut stars, but he cut those fringe players. He didn't mind letting people go when they were past their due. When free agency comes along, Jimmy Johnson never, even though he went to Miami, he never was able to duplicate what he did in Dallas again, because free agency makes it very difficult in modern day NFL. What Belichick did was take that game and having a quarterback and not just on the field, but a guy in the locker room as well, setting the tone, allowed him to be the better version of that Jimmy Johnson GM/coach. Not only that first 10, you can almost look at Brady's career in segments. That first segment was kind of like Russell Wilson up in Seattle. He really wasn't that guy. They didn't win because of him, but they didn't lose because of him either. I'll tell you one thing he was better than Bledsoe at. Getting out of bounds. Oh my God, Drew Bledsoe. How much do you hate yourself
Wow.
for just looking at Mo Lewis and taking that hit, just rearranging your
That
whole
was
life? That I'll never understand that.
one of the worst hits on the quarterback that I've ever seen.
He walked into it. I don't feel bad for him.
Yeah, he did.
But hey, that's what happens.
Now, I think we are both in agreement that it's Tom Brady. But the only reason I say that it may be too soon is because at the beginning of this season, people were the shoe was on the other foot in the beginning of the season. Cam Newton came out with the Patriots. He started off okay. He's since gone downhill. Tom Brady, on the other hand, came out throwing interceptions. Hold on.
Don't.
Let me finish.
Oh,
Let me finish. My point is that Tom Brady came out. He's throwing picks like Jameis did in the same offense, and everybody was saying, "Oh, see, it is past him." The first, it lasted maybe 2 games on both sides, and then it flipped. So my point is, everybody was saying something else week 2. Now we in week 7. Everybody's saying it's Brady. Now I might agree with him, but maybe we should wait till we have the totality of the season to look at.
Stop it. Okay, let me tell you why you should stop it. First of all, I'm not a Cam fan, but you're gonna put some respect on Cam's name. I want you to name for me right now who he's throwing the ball to. Tell me who is Cam Newton throwing the ball to?
I'm pretty sure I saw Chuck Goff catch a pass. I think I saw Kyle go across the middle. Some of my favorite people.
He's got Andre Bethune at tight end. He's got me at slot receiver. There's no one out there.
Right.
Okay, there's no one out there. That's how this generation wants everyone to be great. Yeah, Cam Newton won an MVP. He had an MVP season. That's awesome. Tom Brady though is great. He can make you great. That's what we like about LeBron James, right? He makes players great. The thing that gets me is we're ready to just crush Cam. Like, oh, Cam fumbled. He fumbled because he was getting hit by like defensive linemen. He's a quarterback. Why is he the one running the ball like that? Okay, now let me give you this as well. Okay, to show you how great.
I mean, he kind of likes to run the ball though. He does like to do.
He
that.
does, but usually he has some protection out there. There was no one around, but look. Bottom line is this: Buffalo's not a bad team this year. All right, they're not a bad team. They've always played the Patriots tough, and this is their chance to come up. So you got to come up. I feel bad for Cam, but hey, not my fault. Listen, here's the thing. I want to name for you the receivers who have caught at least 5 touchdowns from Tom Brady. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I'm only going to name, first I'm starting off with the 2 that we know are first ballot Hall of Famers. Before I say it, who would you guess they are?
Randy Moss.
That's one.
First ballot Hall of Famers. Rob Gronkowski.
That's it. Okay, let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why that's it. Here's the rest of them. Some of them were good under Brady, but you let me know where you've seen them since then. Wes Welker,
Okay.
Deion Branch,
On the sideline.
Dante Stallworth running over people,
At home.
Julian Edelman,
Literally.
running over people.
Yeah.
James White,
Yeah.
Aaron Hernandez, Ben Watson,
Ooh.
Troy Brown, Chris Hogan, the next great white hope we have not seen since, Danny Amendola, Kevin Falk, Brandon Cooks. He died at the Super Bowl.
Hey,
Let's see. Philip Dorsett.
is Kevin Falk in our fantasy league?
Kevin Falk was one of the most consistent players for him. I'm not going to laugh at that, man. Brandon Cooks.
Sure,
Philip
okay.
Dorsett. Martellus Bennett. Brandon LaFell. Jabbar Gaffney. Tim Wright. I think he is a local accountant in my area. Deion Lewis. I think Leona Lewis is better than Deion Lewis, but there we go.
Ooh.
Mike Vrabel. Yes, right. A linebacker. Let's see. David Givens, and the last 2, Christian Foria and David Patton. We all remember those players. He made them look good. I mean, Deion Lewis, I think if he didn't win the MVP, I think he was an MVP for a Super Bowl, right? Or Deion Branch. Deion Branch. Super Bowl MVP.
Deion Branch, maybe.
And he's been garbage ever since. We never saw him again. That's greatness. Bill, you're good at being a GM, but your last few drafts, Bill Belichick, have been hot garbage. And what you've put on the field for Tom Brady to throw to has been hot garbage. Re-signing Danny Amendola a few years back, whoop-de-freaking-do. It's Danny Amendola. What they were able to do to get to Super Bowls with those receivers, that offense, is a miracle. I didn't even put this down. We don't have the time for it, but tell me who were his top 2 running backs that weren't coming from a team that he had run them legs off before they even got to New England.
I mean, Corey Dillon's got to be up there, right?
Corey Dillon. Fred Taylor?
I don't know. It's a hodgepodge after that. Like LeGarrette Blount had a good time with
But
them.
yet, we need every other quarterback to have a running game, a number one receiver, all these things for them to be good. Tom did it without that.
Okay, but true. But they did, even though we can't name them, doesn't that give credit to the coaching staff to somehow piece together a running game when
Sure,
they're not having
sure. Ask
without having
Cam.
a great running
Ask
back?
Cam about the coaching staff right now.
Uh,
Did they make the playoffs with Matt Castle the year he tore his ACL, Brady? No.
they did not.
Nope.
They did not. But they were 11-5. Don't act like they didn't have a good season.
You're a LeBron fan now? 11-5. Oh, you tried hard. If things worked out, I would have been the greatest. Stop it. We're not like that. Get out of here.
All right. We agree. Tom Brady it is.
Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. And because he's not a physical specimen, we can be sure that we won't come back 5 years from now going, oh, he was on the juice. He's just a good quarterback. He's kept himself in shape. Now he plays for an organization that gave him probably his best, youngest receiving core he's ever had. So
Definitely.
I'm 43. He was born in 77 along with myself. I don't know how he's out there taking these hits, but hey, he's done it. He's the GOAT. I love Joe Montana. He was on that list for a long time. But at this point, no disrespect to anyone else, Tom Brady has set a new standard for elite quarterbacks in NFL history.
Yeah. All right. We agree on that. I think we've beaten this subject to death. So agree or disagree, let us know. Thanks for checking us out. See you next week.